Corey,
Zachary, what happened at Passover?
Zachary, and me.
One time there was a mean King Pharaoh. And
Look at Daddy and tell him. There was a mean King Pharaoh?
yeah, and he was mean to the Jewish people.
Oh, no. Listen up. What did he say?
And then what happened, Zachary?
Pharaoh was mean to the Jewish people.
And they had slaves.
Really?
And then what, honey?
And then how many candles do we light?
How many what?
No, that's Hanukkah, sweetie. We don't light candles this. We'll be like 2 today, but not 8. What happened with all the slaves, Zachary? What happened with all the slaves?
All the slaves, they had to leave Egypt, and they grab a two. And they grab just a few things, and the water.
The water opened up? Oh, wow.
And they couldn't walk across it because and the water closed up.
Oh no!
Wow.
And what happened with the matzah?
They couldn't have too much to do. They didn't have to wait because the bread called matzah.
Oh. And Zachary, tell me about the plagues.
The 10 plagues.
Wow. 10 plagues.
The 10 plagues.
Bags.
And the animals were sick.
The animals were sick?
That was one plague.
That was one of the plagues?
Yeah.
And then what else happened?
And they had itches in them, and they hold them.
Really?
What else happened?
Is there any locusts? Were there frogs?
And the frogs.
Can you show us the frogs?
Show us the frogs, Lexi.
How did the frogs jump?
One morning when Papa will get his bed, there were frogs on his bed, and frogs on his nose, frogs on his toes, frogs here, frogs were jumping.
This is the best Passover I've ever had.
Wow.
That was great.
That's great.
Good plague. What other plagues are there, Zachary? A couple weeks.
What were the other plagues? There was frogs.
There was frogs.
And what was the last plague? Do you know what the last plague was?
We don't have to talk about the last plague.
Pharaoh said, there you could go, the first one.
No, I will not let them go.
Right. Pharaoh said, no, I will not let them go until Moses said...
Wait, tell us about Moses.
What about Moses?
Yeah, tell us about Moses.
Moses said yes, and King Pharaoh said no. And King Pharaoh kept saying, no. I will not let them go. He kept on saying that because
One more time.
Because he was mean to the Jewish people, and
Cheap labor.
he was keep saying, no. I will not let them go.
Wow. That was awesome.
What about the Seder plate? Tell us about what's on the Seder plate, please.
The
What do we
bone
have?
is on the Seder plate.
And what?
Bone.
And what's that for?
And the egg, and the parsley,
Are there bitter herbs?
and better oil.
And what's the brown thing right here?
Yummy stuff.
What's the brown thing?
Better oil.
No, the brown stuff. The
We
brown
made
stuff.
this the other day. What's that? What did we make?
Haroset.
And what's Erica? What's in haroset?
Apples and nuts
And what else?
and wine.
Good job, bud.
Very good.
Should we drink some wine? Are you supposed to drink wine at the Seder?
Yeah,
How much wine?
It's special for him.
a little.
What your grandma did.
I am so
Special wine
impressed.
for Zachary, and I have one for Lexi, too.
Okay, we better drink some wine. So I think we're supposed to drink some of the wine, right?
Want to sip?
Right. Money's
Yeah, some of the wine.
some of them.
Why is this night different than any
To
other?
the best storyteller I've ever
Wait, do we know
known.
the 4 questions?
Zachary.
Why is the night different from all the other nights?
Why is it different?
Why is the night different from all the other nights?
He's doing the 4 questions.
energetics?
And then,
I hope not.
Zachary, how does Diana go?
Good.
Die, dying.
Die,
Diana, die, Diana, 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 die, Diana, die, Diana, die, Diana, Diana, Diana.
Oh, look at him, the hero boy. That was great.
is there anything else?
Anything else we need to know?
So, are we? Why do we?
Question.
Why do we recline? Why do we lay back instead of sitting straight up?
Because we eat matzah and they didn't have
Time to let it rise.
wise because they wouldn't have time to bake the matzah.
Right?
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Zachary, and what about the? Tell me about the afikomen. What do we do with that?
We hide it and then we find it and then
You got money!
And then we belch.
and then you get the present
From who?
from Papa.
Yes. He's going to be shelling it out later.
I taught him that in the kitchen.